Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Alan Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 107 in our weekly Zoom meeting. Module 10, Lab 10, Project 3, Coasters. This will be our last project and it has been released. You can create these coasters and we'll give you two options. One option is you can do the Oakton 2-color. The second option would be to do the assignment like they have it shown here, where you could do your own individual designs. If we look at the exercise here, we can click on this. And here's our project. We'll be creating these 90 millimeter by 90 millimeter by 2.5 millimeter thick square coasters. And you can use AutoCAD or SolidWorks to do that. If we go back to the main splash page, we have a student file. And if we download and open that student file, you'll have this copy right here. And it's a fairly straightforward exercise where on the one side, you'll extrude and cut down. And on the other side, you'll extrude and cut up. So for example, if I'm on layer 1, and that's the green layer here, what I can do is I can extrude the oak leaf and we'll extrude that up. Let's go 2 millimeters. Well, let's go 1 millimeter. We'll go 2. See how that looks. And that looks good. And then on the other side, what we'll do is we'll go down with this object. And hopefully press pull will work for me. Sometimes it glitches. So I'll acquire. And it almost works. You can see it's missing 2 of the leaves. Well, let's just pretend that it is working. And then we'll extrude that down. And let's just go a full. Actually, what I need to do is I would need to extrude that down and then extrude cut. And so what I would need to do here would be to not to press pull, but to extrude the outside edges. And let's extrude those down 3 millimeters. And then if we were to extrude these down 2 millimeters, and then subtract them. And so let's take a look at this conceptual. There we go. And then what we would do would be to subtract. And we would subtract, this would be our large piece, enter this. That's like that. And so now we have 1 millimeter kind of as a bottom. And what we'll do is we'll print these and we'll use horizontal expansion to dial them down just enough so that we typically use it a minus 0.02 millimeters so that they can snap right in. And we could do like the bottom out of silver and the top out of green. All right, so that's the last project. If I come back to the main splash page, there is information on how to create this with SolidWorks also. And so here's how to model the coaster and how to model the coasters and the holders as well. All right, with that, don't forget the practice test is available. You can see the practice test under quizzes and exams. And here's our final practice test for 2021. There's no honor lock required for it. And it'll be very similar to the midterm where you will be asked to provide examples and, take the time to actually, put a good link in there to some of these examples. And if we come back here, the final exam starts on May 5th. And so we will have the final exam available, and then that final exam would need to be turned in along with all the work by May 12th. Okay, that's our weekly Zoom meeting. I'm going to stop the recording and open things up for questions.